First, let's have a look at the key. We can lock the car, unlock the car, open or close the trunk. Now let's try and unlock the car. Open and close the door. Turn on the power. And log into the account. The media will play automatically. Moving on to the steering wheel. There are some buttons on both sides. Let's start with the left side. We can swipe on the touchpad to select options on the instrument cluster. Use the back button and the home button. The buttons below take over the ADAS functions. We can use resume, cancel. Here we can set up the speed, distance, and the limiter or cruise control button. On the right, we can use the navigation buttons for the head unit, including the home button, select touchpad, back button. Below, we can use the voice assistant,
Cancel.
No telephone available. You can now connect your phone. What can I do for you?
favorites shortcut, we can swipe up or down on the touchpad to adjust the volume. Press to mute or unmute the sound. And we can use the phone answering and end buttons. Moving on to the instrument cluster, we can swipe on the touchpad to select options. We can choose between different head-up display settings. Swipe down to check the IC views. We'll dive deeper into this in the IC overview. Now we're going to look at the head-up display. On the instrument cluster, we can switch between different head-up display views. We can also enter the settings of the head-up display, adjust the height and brightness. Or we can turn on or turn off the head-up display. Now let's have a look at the head unit. In the upper bar, we can use the home button, turn on or turn off the speed limit warning. On the right, we can check the Wi-Fi settings, Mercedes Me shortcuts, date and time settings. In the drop-down menu, we can check the notifications, favorites, and the functions. We can check the settings as well. Here we can view the profile. and view the options. We can use the global search and filter the search results. On the right, we can check the search suggestions. Here we can use the shortcut to open the favorites again. On the home page, we can check different applications, starting with the phone. We can also use the shortcuts of the phone, and then the navigation. It also has some shortcuts below. Radio, shortcuts below. Media, Mercedes-Benz applications. We'll look deeper into this later. The application store, it takes a while to load the page. Below we can check the search shortcut. And then the comfort application, we can check the comfort options. And the shortcuts for the features. Here we can check the off-road options. And use the shortcuts below. Then there is the hybrid. And the shortcuts. Here we have the settings, where we can check all the settings. And the information about the vehicle. Below we can also use the shortcuts. Here we can check the devices or connect to a new device and use the shortcuts below. In the lower bar, we can access the climate system. Climate system for different seats, air quality, and pre-entry climate control. Now let's check the controls under the head unit. We can access the climate adjustment for the driver's side, which will change the ambient lights as well. Climate settings menu, fan speed adjustment, auto mode, front windshield heating, passenger airbag, rear windshield heating, circulation modes, AC rest, seat heating for the passenger, and climate adjustment for the passenger's side. Moving on to the center console, we can use the touchpad to select options. On the top, we can use the back button, song switching, and home button. On the left, we can adjust the drive modes, activate parking camera, check the functions in the drop-down menu, and use the fingerprint sensor. On the right, we can adjust the volume, open the navigation map, radio or media, and telephone. We can pull the button below to adjust the height of the vehicle. Now we can pull the lever to switch the gears.
And then this is
Last but not least, we'll turn off the power, take the key, get off the car, and lock the car.